Everybody,
I'm G.
and I'm T. Welcome back to the show. Merry Christmas, everybody. Hope y'all doing good. We weren't even gonna bring y'all an episode today, but we was up there with family, and they said we should drop an episode for y'all. So we got a little Christmas special, and we was just up there figuring out what we're gonna talk about. So we're gonna get straight into it.
Okay. I like that. So, started off, how you feeling about the Buccaneers and the Mayfield thing?
Is he the one? You think he's the future?
Is
for
he
Bucks?
finally playing like a number one pick?
Now, I will say he is playing better than he was that we've seen him on the Panthers and the Browns. Now, is it a better system that he had in those teams?
I don't know. On the Browns, he had Odell, he had
Jarvis.
Amari Cooper, Jarvis, and Njoku.
Was it you think it was more of a chemistry thing? He couldn't get it done with them?
Maybe the Buccaneers got a better system.
But is Mike Evans carrying him?
I mean, Mike Evans is a great receiver. I mean, this will be his, I think, 6 or 7 consecutive season of having over 1,000 yards. So, I mean, he's a great receiver, and Baker, does what he needs to do to find him on plays. I don't think Baker was as aggressive on the Browns to find his number one receiver as he is now. Because he's on a 1-year deal, I feel like he's trying to prove that he can be that quarterback. Versus when on the Browns, they just handed him the franchise and was like, hey, you were the number one pick, we with you. Versus now, he has to actually work harder because he know 1-year deals ain't guaranteed nothing next year. So I feel like, he's over 20 passing touchdowns. So I just feel like he's trying to get that new contract with maybe the Bucks or maybe somebody else that offers more money.
Well, I mean, he was a top pick. I mean, he needs to finally be playing like it. He ain't been playing like it since he's been in the league.
Right.
Time. I'm happy for him, though. I feel like he does have a lot of heart. Even though, it may not look like he's the number one that we thought he was going to be. He plays with a lot of heart. And I like that about Baker. But the Bucks, I mean, when he had on the Panthers, that was a dumpster fire. I won't even count that against him because our team sucked at that time.
I forgot about that season. So we ain't got to talk about that one.
That didn't even happen. I'm not gonna hold that against us. We were terrible. But what you think about but the Dolphins, man? Are they?
Did the Dolphins finally prove themselves?
Are they finally proven to be not?
I mean, they did beat a good Cowboys team, but I mean, every year we say the same thing about the Cowboys. They look good. But then they don't win games that you think they're going to win. But the Dolphins did make a statement with a win over a good team because all they was beating was the bottom dwellers.
So and losing to the top dog.
I feel like confident wise for them, they got over a hump because I know they heard the chatter about people saying they can't beat the good teams or they're not good enough. So I feel like they did that to an extent. So I like what they did against the Cowboys. So let's go to the Cowboys. Are they turn into pretenders because we thought they was gonna be contenders?
I mean, it's Dallas. Y'all Dallas fans out there, I mean, y'all know how this goes, man. Every year, y'all go through the same thing. Y'all say the Cowboys is the best team in the league. Y'all gonna go all the way, and then y'all don't go all the way.
Right.
I mean, y'all a good football team, but it stops there. Y'all just a good football team.
So you don't think they can get over the hump this year?
I don't think they can. I think it's just gonna be the same repeat.
They done dropped some crucial games, so I just feel like
pretenders.
They starting to come into form when it's playoff time. It's close to the playoffs, so now they dropping them crucial games like we're used to.
Yeah, we're used to that. Ain't no reason to be surprised. I mean, we go through this every year.
Right.
I know Dallas fans, y'all are definitely familiar with losing playoff games and not making it to the big dance.
Right.
So, speaking of playoffs, the Steelers, the offense is looking a lot better with Mason Rudolph.
Did Mason Rudolph surprise you?
He definitely surprised. It looked like the offense actually was alive out there. I will say.
I feel like Mason was actually being aggressive down the field versus Pickett likes to be a lot safer with his throws. A lot of check downs and slants and flats where Rudolph was actually throwing it and let his receivers make a play on the ball.
And it's like, I don't know why people are surprised when Pickens is actually, doing good when he actually gets the football. He actually gets he doesn't get the football when Pickett's in the game. Pickett doesn't throw to him. But we saw he came to life.
I think Pickett has lost his confidence with throwing the ball down the field because his accuracy just ain't there when he goes further than 20, 30 yards. So Pickens and him are having that, kind of tension because Pickens wants the ball because he feel like he's a game changer and Pickett can't get it to him. So, of course, he's feeling a certain type of way. But I feel like, eventually the Steelers are going to have to address the quarterback position Because Rudolph did good, but we know he's not the long-term answer.
You don't think Pickett is the guy for?
Pickett is okay, but he hasn't shown me to be consistent enough to be a starting quarterback. And we know Mitch Trubisky is definitely not a starting quarterback.
He's a non-factor. We're not even going to talk about him.
But the Steelers, no matter what, always seem to find a way to the playoffs. They're in the playoff hunt right now. So, I mean, regardless of the quarterback position, they always find a way to get in the playoffs. And I wouldn't want to go against that defense in the playoffs. I'll tell you that.
If they got their offense together, they'd be a scary team.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Most definitely.
I will say, is Pickens a game changer? Do you think he is a playmaker? Like, he is deserving of that?
Pickens is a great young player, but I feel like he has to get more mature on the way he handles issues, like going on social media and saying certain things, then go back and deleting it. That's just not something a leader should do. So he needs to show that he can be a leader and be more mature to be a number one receiver. Somebody that demands the ball needs to be more mature.
He is young, so you always gotta give him time. But I do agree he needs to be a lot more mature. You can see him very frustrated at the games, and after the games, he's very frustrated. I will say, for good reason, because the team is it's not good football on the offensive side. It's not. I'll be frustrated too.
I feel you. But still, I just feel like even though he is young, he has to, make better decisions when it comes to. He knows what Mike Tomlin expects of him, so I feel like he just needs to make better decisions when it comes to stuff like that. But while we on, the topic of contenders and pretenders, the Eagles done dropped 3 in a row.
Whew.
So, are you feeling like they going on a downward spiral, or what's going on?
I don't know. They just don't look like the same team that was playing in the beginning of the season.
They do look different.
It's like they lost their confidence. I don't know what happened. They came out the gate, but now it's like they lost their Jalen. Everyone's saying he's not the guy no more.
He just got that big contract, so he's gonna have to be the guy.
They ain't got no.
They gave him the money, so he's gonna have to be that guy.
Well, I feel like the Eagles, they might be frauds, man.
You think so?
I think we was on the hype train, man.
We were. I will say I was on the hype train.
They might be frauds. They dropping these games and they don't look good. They don't look good.
While we on teams not looking good, how you feel about the Chiefs, man? They dropped one again today.
I mean, the Chiefs are the Chiefs, man.
But I'm saying though, they're not looking like the normal Chiefs, man.
I mean, there's only so much you can do when your offense is terrible. There's only so much.
The offense is struggling bad. I ain't never seen them struggle this bad.
I mean, it's only so much you can do when you got your number one is Kadarius Toney.
Their defense is actually a good defense this year, and the offense can't move the ball.
It's the Jets effect. The offense sucks. The defense is really good. Offense just can't move.
Mahomes, he's looking rough this year, man.
I'll cut him some slack.
He does have one of the worst receiving cores in the league. I will say that. But why didn't the Chiefs sign a vet?
Why are they allergic to signing receivers?
They had a chance to sign Hopkins and some other vets. I don't understand why they just roll with what they had.
Who did they even get?
They didn't get anybody. They said they was going to roll with their receivers they had, their core. So, I think that's coming back to bite them in the butt because these receivers can't get no separation.
These receivers are non-factors. I don't think I can name you anyone that isn't Scantling or Kadarius Toney.
Right.
And even they are wide receiver 3s and 2s. Like, they're not good.
Let's just say those receivers on that team wouldn't start nowhere else.
They would be.
But Mahomes is trying to do whatever he can. He's working real hard just to score a couple points. So I feel like this year is just not going to be the Chiefs' year. I feel like the 49ers are going to take it all the way this year.
Oh, man.
They looking like a powerhouse.
I think they taking it all.
Yeah, I think that's my pick for Super Bowl.
I think it's easily the best team in the
league. Is that your pick too?
That's my pick. And while we're on the topic of that team, I think MVP is Christian McCaffrey. Easily.
We know the MVP is a quarterback position.
Award.
That's a quarterback award.
It is.
But if it wasn't a quarterback award, McCaffrey would definitely get that.
Like, you can't watch the San Francisco games and tell me he's not the most valuable player on that team. He does it all.
Oh, yeah. Well, Purdy looking good, but McCaffrey, he catch the ball and go 60 yards. Of course you're going to look good.
Right. Of course.
I ain't taking nothing away from Purdy, but, sure. When you got playmakers around you and they can take a 10-yard catch to all the way to the end zone, you're going to look good. So, I'm not saying he's a system quarterback, but every quarterback in the league is almost, a system quarterback because of their coach. So Purdy's making the right plays. He's making the throws. So he's looking good. I ain't taking nothing away from him. But he has a lot of playmakers around him.
He does. His team stacked.
And I feel like the 49ers is the well balanced to where I don't see nobody beating them for real in the playoffs.
I really don't. I don't even think. Yeah, Miami don't beat them. I don't think nobody beats them.
They well rounded. So I mean, it's gonna take a lot to beat them because they're good on defense and offense.
Man, you can't. Their offense is. It's hard to stop.
McCaffrey, he's coming out the backfield as a receiver, so I mean they can just hit you from so many different positions.
You can't do nothing. McCaffrey's out here, 500 receiving yards, 1,300 rushing,
right,
7 touchdowns. You can't do nothing. He's everywhere on the field.
So I seen the Raiders, man. They might sneak it to the playoffs. You think they can make any noise? They make it?
Hey, I mean, that coaching situation definitely was needed.
Right.
So I'm happy for the Raiders. Now, playoff noise, I don't think they're going to be making much noise. I think they're going to be real silent. I don't think they're going to be making much noise. I mean, it's the Raiders at the end of the day.
Right.
It's the Raiders. I mean, they're not, and they got Jimmy G. Like, they're not going to go for it.
Man, Jimmy's he's benched, so they got the rookie out there. The rookie, he's been looking okay, but the defense really has stepped up in the past couple of weeks. They playing hard for Pierce. I feel like Pierce needs to get a chance as the permanent head coach. Sometimes teams let go of these, temporary coaches when they rally the teams. I think he needs to get the permanent job because they really have played hard for him.
I hope they learn from the Panthers' mistake and not taking Wilkes and sign Pierce.
Right.
Because when they playing hard for these temporary guys and the team looks completely different, why not just give them a chance?
Right.
You got nothing to lose.
Exactly.
Might as well just give them a chance. But it is the Raiders at the end of the day. I think they might sneak in there. They might surprise them. They might get a win or two.
Well, while we're on the topic of teams, how do you feel about your Panthers? They looked a little better. On Sunday.
Okay. I like Bryce Young. I do. I think Bryce Young is the bright spot of our team. I think every week I've seen him playing with more and more confidence, and that's crazy because we're basically winless.
Right.
So you would not think someone will come out there week after week with more confidence than the previous week.
Right.
Just losing. But he is. Now, I think he is improving. Now, we still need help everywhere. Defense, O-line. We probably have the worst, other than the Chiefs. Our wide receiver core is probably the worst.
Right.
It's pretty bad. We got Adam Thielen getting 67 targets a game because he's the only one that can get open. Sometimes I forget we even have other receivers on the field because Thielen's the only one that does anything.
Right.
And it's disappointing. Bryce is running for his life in the backfield. He's making plays, but it just doesn't matter.
I just think it's going to take time.
But we've been saying that since 2017.
I mean,
how much time is it going to take for my Panthers? I think we need to get rid of David Temper. I think that's the only way we can get better. The owner needs to go. That's the only time we're going to get better. Because I think if he's out here making decisions, he's the one that told us Reich couldn't do what he wanted to do. Temper butted in. He keeps doing that. We're never gonna be good.
Right.
We ain't been good since he's been the owner. We gotta get rid of him. We gotta get rid of him, man. My Panthers, I think in the next, it pains me to say it, but 3 years, I think we're gonna be an even team.
Okay.
Not even
3 years.
3 years to be even.
Okay, cool. So with the playoffs near, you got anything else about it? You excited about the playoffs?
Man, I'm excited.
It's gonna be a weird year. The year of the backup.
Man, it is a year of the backup. It is a year of the backups. We got Flacco out there. Flacco doing better in the Brown system than Deshaun?
I don't understand how 38-year-old Flacco looks better than Deshaun Watson in his own offense.
What happened to Deshaun, man?
I think he was away for the game too long, man.
You think so? You think he just permanent rust? He just can't shake it off?
He just can't shake it off, it looked like to me.
Damn, man. He was so good, too, man. I thought he was the next one.
He was supposed to be the next best thing, but, them off-the-field issues, I think that, too, is messing up with his mental and stuff. Yep. But physically, I just don't see the arm strength no more.
He just doesn't.
He's missing a lot of throws. I just don't see it anymore. So, he got a guaranteed contract, so he's going to be on the Browns, but I feel like they gave up way too much for him.
Even in the beginning, I think they gave up way too much. Even with him playing how he was playing, they gave up, especially for someone that they haven't seen play in 2 years.
Right.
To just give him that much was risky. Now, if it paid off, now say he did come back playing when he was playing in Houston, it would have paid off.
Right.
But you can't be taking those risks like that, man.
Right.
Like he ain't played in so long, and damn, man, Watson though.
Right.
You letting Flacco do better than you? Come on, man.
Off the couch too.
Off the couch. Off the couch. They picked up Flacco on the couch. Come on, man.
That's a bad look.
That's a bad look.
That is a bad look. If they make it to the playoffs and make a deep run, that's gonna be a bad look.
Oh, Deshaun might not play football again.
Deshaun, he gonna take his sweet time to get back. I know that for sure.
He might not come back. He might just stay home.
Right.
They might tell Deshaun, you can just go ahead and stay home.
They gonna have to pay him that money though.
Yeah, I mean it's guaranteed. They ain't got no choice. Hey, he paid. He ain't got to play if he don't want to.
Right.
Shoot, that's what I do if I went. I wouldn't even play a game of football again. I'd be like, look, y'all got Flacco. Cool. I'm out. You ready for the playoffs? And you got anything else to say? I mean, we got some good football, man. We got some good teams.
We got a lot of backups this year. I feel like whichever team got their real quarterback is gonna win the Super Bowl because there's gonna be a lot of backups in the playoffs.
It's a lot of backups. It is a lot of backups. These backups been playing hard ball though.
Right.
They've been playing, man. Like they want to get signed.
Right.
Minshew.
Nah, Minshew.
Hate Minshew.
He a career backup.
He's fool's gold. He is fool's gold. Teams be like, man, he looks good, but then the moment he starts, it's like, man, he's mid.
Right.
He's not. He's
a lot of backups get, when they step in and fill that role and they look good. A lot of teams be like, oh man, he's the man. And then when they sign him, he don't look the same because it's just like after a team gets so much film on you, it's hard to beat a team when they already know what you're gonna do, your tendencies. So sometimes a backup is a backup for a reason.
Yep. I mean, that's why I'm giving CJ Stroud that one more year before I say he's the next big thing, bro. Once they get that film on you, it changes the whole.
Once they get that film, that's how you know if a quarterback gonna be good or not.
Yep. In that second year, we saw it with Burrow.
Oh man, Burrow overhyped, man.
Overrated. You Cincy fans, he's overrated. I'm sorry.
Oh, they gonna come get you for that one. They gonna come get you for that one.
That team is sorry. That team is sorry. From Super Bowl contenders to pretenders.
I mean, if they had Burrow, they'd probably be in a good spot right now. But
would.
I don't expect them to do too much with Browning at quarterback.
Yeah.
Even though he's looked good in spot duty, I don't think he's not gonna carry them to the Super Bowl. So you got anything else?
Shoot, I ain't got nothing else.
Nothing else?
Just ready for this ball.
Okay, cool then.
Rose game.
Hey, what the heck? He said over that Rose game. Hey man, Rose look good out there, man. Y'all should have tuned in, man.
Rose Holman versus Spalding.
Spalding didn't stand a chance, man. They was out there getting it.
Y'all got a lot of work to do, man. Y'all couldn't hang with Rose, man. Rose you could just
Rose the next big thing coming. Y'all need to be on the lookout for that team.
I will say, anyone that was watching that game, you could clearly tell Rose was the better team, and in every aspect: defense, scoring, coaching. I mean, look at the Roses coach,
Devin Paul. That's a great coach right there. Y'all be on the lookout for that. Devin Paul, remember that name.
Rose Holman.
Y'all gonna be hearing it in the future.
I gotta remember that name. Rose Holman. Tune into the games. Some good basketball. That's good basketball. Go see some fundamental play.
All right then, y'all. Like, subscribe. Check us out.
Peace.